Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So just recently, the internet was up in flames because Jay-Z was out with his family, Beyoncé, his wife, his daughter Blue Ivy, at the premiere of The Lion King. They said that they felt it was appropriate, well, some people did, that he be there despite all of what's going on, but others felt like it was taking away from Blue Ivy's moment, that he should not have been there because of the very negative allegations surrounding him and also because of the optics of it all. Him being accused of allegedly R-wording a child, basically his child's age. Allegedly, Blue Ivy will be 13 next year, so it was not a good look. Some people were saying he should not have taken away from her moment by being there. In my opinion, from the looks of it, looking in her eyes, if you will, behind her eyes, it seemed like she was very uncomfortable and not very happy. I could be wrong, but this is just what it seems like to me. Now, I personally don't believe he was there to support Blue Ivy. I think he was there to support his ego. This is the same ninja who called himself Jehovah. This is a problem that I have with Jay-Z and always will have with Jay-Z. He thinks he's a god, so he doesn't feel like he should be subject to the same things that everybody else is. So in his mind, my personal opinion, he feels like, y'all not about to make me go hide because of some allegations. I'm going to come out and do what I want to when I want to because I'm Jay-Z. Now, the dress she was wearing did catch a lot of publicity. The dress that she had on was this kind of like gold, if you will, metallic color with a very tiny waist, if you will, kind of like a heart-shaped bodice, if you will, that shows her shoulders and her chest. Some people did not like that at all. I'm one of those people. There were a lot of people calling out how Jay-Z and Beyoncé allowed their daughter to come out of this premiere. I said The Lion King. It was Mufasa, the Lion King. Some people did not like and were not in support of how they allowed their daughter to come out dressed to this premiere. Y'all, Blue Ivy is 12. She is still very much a child. You mean to tell me her parents, the people who they hired to dress her for this, could not find something that at least covered her shoulders? A lot of people also were saying, why do you have your 12-year-old in a full face of makeup with red lipstick on? You can call me old school or nitpicky if you want to, but them old school people, the rules and regulations that they had set in place, it kept a lot of people safe. It kept a lot of people out of trouble. You don't have your 12-year-old dressed like this. And a lot of people were calling this out, especially on Twitter. And the most disturbing part about all of this, the most sickening and disgusting part about all of this, all these people who were calling her parents out for dressing her like this were not attacking her personally. They were calling out her parents, but you had people sitting up on the internet, grown behind black people, calling the women and men who were calling this out crazy for saying anything about it. There were really people calling other people crazy for calling her parents out for dressing her like an adult, for calling some adults, some grown behind adults, for dressing their child like an adult. There was one young lady, when I tell you so many people went in on her on Twitter, it was ungodly, y'all, for saying Blue Ivy should not have been dressed like that at that premiere. People were really saying, oh, you're just jealous of her. You just wish you were her. Well, the difference between her and you is you're a nobody and she's Blue Ivy. She's Beyonce's daughter. So when did somebody's mother and celebrity status excuse perversion? You putting your child out there, because that's exactly what they're doing. This was no better than whenever they put her out on stage to dance and the entire black community said, oh, it's so cute, it's so nice, they're letting her explore her talents. No, they're exploiting her. And if you don't think it's exploitation, this is a child who was dancing on stage before even this moment, next to half naked adults dancing to perverse music with horrendous lyrics. Y'all know the kind of stuff that they put in these songs these days. And a child is dancing to it on stage with a bunch of adults and y'all think that's okay? That's what's sad. This is what I'm talking about. And the hypocrisy of the community, because they'll be saying this is okay. And y'all best believe that they're testing the waters with black people with this in these situations, like with Blue Ivy. Then when they put her in something else that's even more perverse, everybody's going to be saying, oh, whoa, what's going on? Well, no, don't say, oh, no, what's going on now? Because they were testing the waters before and y'all said it was okay. This is why I said the culture is raggedy. The community is raggedy because they support the exploitation of children and other individuals. And this is also, whenever I was talking about how The community, society does not look at black women and black girls the same way they do other people. People have been talking about this for a while now. This situation is proof of that, because if this was a little blonde girl, I don't think y'all would be saying, oh, it's okay. Anyways, Choke No Joke sat down with Comedy Hype and he was talking about this situation, the other stuff surrounding Jay-Z. I'm just glad that somebody, and there's quite a few people who have been talking about it, but I'm just glad there are a few people, a handful of people here on this internet that have the backbone to talk about this situation the way it needs to be talked about. If you haven't seen that interview, y'all should go watch it, because he said a lot of stuff that needed to be said. Now, I didn't say I agree with everything that Choke No Joke said. I said he said some things in that interview, some things that needed to be said. And one of the main things he said that needed to be said was concerning that dress that they had Blue Ivy in, the way they presented her at that premiere. He was one of the main people that said, why in the world would you do that to your 12-year-old? He basically said, you're not slick. We see what you're doing. You're serving her up on a silver platter, on a gold platter, if you will. And people are rejoicing about it, thinking it's cute and acceptable. That's the sad part, as I keep mentioning. He also questioned the interviewer, who was quite frankly getting on my nerves. He was acting real ignorant during that interview, I'm gonna be real honest. He asked him, okay, if you had a 12-year-old, just use your imagination. It's not that hard. If you had a 12-year-old, would you have her out here dressed like this? It was a yes or no question. Why it was so hard for him to just say no blatantly? Heck no, I would never, absolutely not, is beyond me. But whatever. He said Blue Ivy is really still a baby. And we know she's not a baby. Y'all, she's 12 once again. I don't know how many times I have to keep reiterating this before people wake up. She's still a child. I've told y'all before on this channel, I'm a real protect the children type individual. So when these kind of situations arise and come up in the media, I'm gonna say something about it. And anybody who doesn't like it can go kick rocks, and then later on at the end of their journey, if you will, they can explain to God why they were so obsessed and so okay with excusing and justifying and being derogatory towards other people over a child, and a child being exploited and perversion concerning a child. One person in the comments said, now, he got a point about Jay-Z dressing his daughter up like she is a grown woman. I didn't like that at all. I got an 11-year-old daughter, and no way in heck I would allow her to go dressed out like that. No way in heck. Now, this is a man saying this, a father saying this. And I'm pointing that out because a lot of people act like whenever it's women calling this kind of stuff out, that they got to have some kind of raggedy reason to be doing it, which is not the case in this situation. These women who are calling this out is because it's the right thing to do. They have children. They were a child. They know that this is not right, that it's not okay. And the men are also doing it too because of the same reasons. Some of them got daughters. They would never do this to their daughter. They know it's wrong. They have the right to call it out. Someone else in the comment section said, Choke is right. They dress Blue Ivy too grown. It's inappropriate for a child. I keep telling y'all, these celebrities, they test the waters. They do this stuff intentionally. They want to put their children out there and exploit them. It's intentional. But if we let them know, we gonna talk about y'all like a dog. If y'all exploit y'all's kids, if y'all put y'all's kids out there, especially for us to see it, maybe, just maybe, they'll stop doing it. I said maybe. But even if they don't, we did our part as a community by calling them out. Y'all best believe anybody and everybody who had a part in exploiting Blue Ivy and any child that's being exploited and supported it, co-signed it, and justified it, they will be held accountable by God, because he don't play about these kids. Someone else in the comment section said what I said earlier. Jay-Z and Diddy suffer from God complex. They call each other God. They about to get humbled real soon. Another person said, under no circumstances is the way this 12-year-old girl was dressed in any way, shape, or form appropriate. Once again, when it comes to these kids and them being exploited, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm gonna say something about it. Once again, if anybody doesn't like it, they can go kick rocks. It's just really sad, disturbing, and sickening that the black community really be thinking this stuff that these celebrities be doing and doing with their children is acceptable and okay. I keep telling y'all, God is watching. He's watching everything and everybody. Although I guess it's gonna take people finally catching the consequences of their goofy actions and the things that they let come out of their mouth for people to really see that and believe that. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.